Liz Crosby here with a Sam Sulek inspired video for YouTube. I need to address some issues in my working environment that were misunderstandings, so crucial that I get this video out, but I also still want to train for the next class I'm about to teach. So I'm going to be training while I explain that yoga is essentially physics. It's physics. So the universal laws are literally reflected in physics. And therefore, I'm not trying to convince you to become Hindu or to worship Hindu avatars, even though there are many yoga postures in the yoga sequences that I teach that are named after Hindu avatars, such as Ganesha, such as Shiva, such as Krishna. But I'm not necessarily asking you to worship these Hindu deities. Getting the hands ready for some handstands. So what do I mean by yoga is physics? Well, in a very literal sense, we are encountering ourselves in our own physical 3D body. Even hatha, which is a style of yoga, you can go to a hatha class in a yoga studio, means the yoga of forces. So sometimes it's meant as force, but rather think of it as kinetic forces, right? We're reorienting the body in all orientations with respect due to gravity so as to send the energy of solar plexus, third chakra, down through our foundation to create rooting and rebounding forces. So the action that kind of the idea of karma yoga, the action that we're taking to engage, stabilize our muscles, creates internal body heat, which allows us to breathe life into new space. So inherently, what we are doing is, dare I say it, spiritual. Because spirit is not just something you should have in high school. Spirit is also strongly associated with the air element. So the air element is associated with heart chakra. Heart chakra is the thoracic spine, and it's literally got these parentheses around it that are the lungs. The lungs carrying the air element. Ooh, that was a long sit. And the air element, once it's received into the lungs, is received into the cardiovascular system. So the cardiovascular system then transports oxygenated blood flow throughout the whole body in space as we embody these shapes and endeavor to fill out space in each our own sphere of existence. All right, so I actually have a Sri Yantra on my Dharma wheel here, and normally it's circumscribed by a circle, and the circle is a 2D representation of your sphere of existence, or your microcosm, your electromagnetic field. Yogis do believe that the uppermost chakras have subtle energies that cannot be seen with the naked eye, and that we are working, cultivating, shape-shifting with the more dense or gross elements such as earth, water, fire, and air. And in so doing, we're also, in a certain respect, working with those unseen elements. Right, we're regulating our emotional body as we fill out space with our physical body in space. So again, it is all just physics embodied. You see that in nature, Even nature reflects back at us the universal laws, which then become the laws of physics. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. .8 meters per second squared. We're constantly being pressed into the earth. So yogis do believe that the gravitational pull does inherently affect these unseen energies as well. We do see gravity affecting the grosser elements. Just resetting my central highway here, the central axis of my toroidal flow. Whew, I highly recommend ankle weights. Will enhance the kinetic forces, creating internal body heat in all the right places. Wear socks for these so that you don't dirty up your wall. So I do like to talk about the science as well. Science, of course, is also a collectively held belief system based upon observable reality, scientific method. And we do have an electromagnetic field, a toroidal flow, that has been proven. The heart puts out a toroidal flow. And a toroidal flow is essentially a donut or a bagel. It's a sphere with the very center whittled out. So hang with me here. The center of the toroidal flow is the spinal column. According to yoga, all of the chakras, or again, they are in of themselves little donuts, toroidal flows, are along the spinal column. And so you can also relate back to physics and science in terms of the electromagnetic field. It's up to us to balance the electric and the magnetic in order to align and conduct energy through the center of the toroidal flow, that being the spinal column. So again, it does relate back to physics. I'm not peddling a specific religion or endeavoring to get you to worship a pantheon of deities. So back to this idea that the spinal column is like the electromagnetic spectrum. And we can think of electric as being the masculine aspect, strength, being able to conduct the kinetic forces, and the magnetic as being the feminine, receptive, being able to receive these kinetic forces. It makes absolute sense in order to optimize our space-holding ability in each our own sphere of existence, that we would strive to balance both the strength and flexibility so that weakness does not prevent us from reaching into a specific corner of our sphere of existence, and also muscle tension doesn't block us from being able to access a space in our sphere of existence. If you look in a more macrocosmic perspective, you can see that our planet is a sphere. If you look in a more microcosmic perspective outside of the self, you can see that subatomic particles form a sphere.
So we're really just endeavoring to align ourselves with these universal laws that we see reflecting back at us, even from our shared reality's external perspective. When I reference a Hindu avatar, because a yoga posture may be named after a Hindu avatar, know that they are just symbolic for alchemical processes which help us to align with these universal laws, which help us to expand consciousness in each our own sphere of existence. I'm excited to expound upon all things yogic philosophy further here on my YouTube channel. Of course, know that when I do talk about yoga in the classroom setting, I am referring also to physics, but it'll be fun. I'm excited to explore with all of you, Sam Sulek style, all of the different alchemical processes that the Hindu avatars represent, and also all of the compatibility, juxtapositions, and parallels between different philosophical doctrines, theologies, philosophies, and scientific inquiries. And the intention is really just to get everybody on the same page. That's all work is conscious, collaborative co-creators to help each other to fill out as much space as possible in each our own sphere of existence for the benefit of all beings. Why not? Let's all shift together. Hopefully that clears some things up. I have to go and teach a class now. But it's really crucial that it's understood that I am not trying to get you to worship Hindu deities when I teach yoga and I explore the names of these postures or share the avatar names of these postures. That is not my intention at all, because again, it is all physics. It can be related back to physics. The universal laws are perfectly demonstrated through observable scientific method. And according to physics, if we are one with physics, which we are, we've got a lot of work to do. So if you don't believe in gravity, 9.8 meters per second squared, and you are a flat earther, then this may be where we part ways. But I am excited to fulfill my role, my own unique Dharmic path, and helping us to all get on the same wavelength and providing clarity in any way that I can. All right. And it's going to be a fun journey. Very excited. I'm loving this Sam Sulek inspired format. So we will be back for more intellectualism, and also on my end, I will be doing my own physical work. And as you can see, I have quite a bit of work to do in the creation of the masculine aspect, strength, electric aspect of the uppermost chakras. So it'll be a fun little excursion into yogic philosophy, the different world theologies, and how yogic philosophy is seen in its compatibility with these various world theologies as I work to excavate the upper half of my own sphere of existence. Until I see you again, I hope that you enjoy the present moment as much as you possibly can. Be here now with much love. Namaste.